Vegas down bad currently. We're always up with our guys Rick Spielman and Pete Prisco joining us this morning to talk a little winners and losers from Week 9 of the NFL season. Pete, we'll start with you. We'll get your losers first. I want to start with the video that we just showed. Another collapse for the Raiders, up 17-0 over the Jags. They end up losing. Davante Adams says there's no reason they should be losing games like that, but it's happened 3 times now. What's your take on what's going on with the Raiders?
Well, they were a playoff team a year ago. Let's not forget that. And Rich Bisaccia, who was the interim coach, wasn't brought back. They decided to go get the marquee guy in Josh McDaniels, and it's been a disaster. And look, a lot of people thought this team would be better. They thought they'd be a playoff team. They thought Derek Carr and Davante Adams would be explosive week in and week out. And it just hasn't worked out. And it's a disappointment for Raider fans. I mean, when you blow 3 17-point leads, there's something wrong with your staff. There's something wrong with your team. There's something wrong with the entire organization. Just win, baby? I don't think so. They're not doing that. They're blowing leads, and it's a bad start for Josh McDaniels as head coach.
Raiders 4 games behind the Chiefs in the AFC West. The rest of your losers, how are you feeling about those?
Well, I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers, talk about a team that's a disaster right now. Aaron Rodgers is not playing good football. He can blame the receivers all he wants, but he's not playing well. The team isn't playing well as a whole. The defense isn't what I thought it would be. And I took out the shovel yesterday. We were on the set, and I told Rick, I need to get my shovel. Why? Because I'm digging a hole. Throw them in. They're done. Yeah, we're going to bury them. They're finished. The team I picked to go to the Super Bowl is done. The Packers will not be there. I don't even think they're going to be a playoff team. And the Buffalo Bills, get back to who you are. Josh Allen is the focal point of that offense. I know they like to run him and get him outside, but you have speed on the outside. You have big play mentality on the outside. They didn't get a bunch of them on Sunday. They struggled the second half against Green Bay. Who are you? You're a team that needs to play fast, loose, and throw it around and hit those big shots down the field. I don't think that's who they are right now. They need to get back to that.
Yeah, surprising showing from the Bills yesterday. Rick, over to your losers. Struggles on offense for a few teams. And
a few.
Yeah.
Let's start with Sam Ehlinger in the Indianapolis Colts. They were 0-14 on third downs, 9 sacks. He threw a pick 6. Whoever made the call to insert him as a starting quarterback has to go into this loser category as well. But I do give him credit. They did battle on defense yesterday, so you got to give them some kudos.
Yeah.
The other one, I thought it couldn't get worse, so it got worse in Carolina. And you go with P.J. Walker, who was 0 for 5, and the only 2 completions he had beyond the line of scrimmage yesterday was interceptions. So who they bring in? Baker Mayfield. He comes in mop-up duty. He takes him down for 3 scoring drives. But it was already 35-0 by the time he did that. And my question is, who's next at the barbershop? Is it going to be P.J. Walker? Is it going to be Baker Mayfield?
Your turn.
Or is it going to be a fresh Sam Darnold? And then finally, the L.A. Rams in their 2-minute defense. When you watch this, it was like trying to watch a train wreck. Tom Brady hits Otten down the seam here for 28 yards. After that, watch where the corners are playing for the LA Rams. They're 13 yards off the ball, so it's pitch and catch, go out of bounds,
right.
Stop the clock. Pitch and catch, go out of bounds, stop the clock. Then he hits Otten here for a touchdown. The Rams' offense wasn't much better, but to give Tom Brady that kind of time, and everybody said Tom Brady's washed up, but he still showed a little bit of magic after the game yesterday and got them the come-from-behind victory.
Yeah, interesting to see the Rams' decision to play like that on defense when they had been playing pretty well. They've now lost 2 straight and are 3-5 on the year. That's enough losing. We can get to some winning now. Pete, you first. Jets' defense makes life tough for the Bills, huh?
You know, it's time to give that the unit their due. And we've been focused on the quarterback position with the Jets and Zach Wilson and when he wasn't there and their offense and everything else. But that defense has been outstanding across the board. I mean, they picked off Josh Allen twice. They forced him to fumble twice. He didn't lose him, but they forced him. They're 9th in scoring defense at 19.6. They're 7th in total defense. We knew they would be better on defense, but I'm surprised they're this good. And Sauce Gardner, the corner, is the Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's been outstanding. You see his pick right there of Josh Allen. They confused Josh Allen on Sunday. They're really good on that side of the ball. My other winners were Trevor Lawrence. Last week there was the absurdity of people in Jacksonville actually saying to sit him down, bench him for a while. That's ridiculous. He responded, 80% completion percentage. He didn't throw a pick, only threw 1 touchdown, but also got outside with his legs. It was his best game of the year. And then the Pats defense. The New England defense was outstanding. 9 sacks, should have had 10, had 1 call back on a penalty, and also they had a pick 6 by Jonathan Jones, who's back healthy again. You know, usually we sit here and we say, at some point the New England defense will figure it out because of Bill Belichick. It looks like they figured it out. They were outstanding on Sunday.
Rick, I want to get to your winners. Typically, you have to win to be able to name a winner, but you're switching up a little bit this week with all the things you've got.
Well, I'm trying to get out of the box. Pete's always in the box and very conservative, so let's do something different. Let's go with the Bears and Luke Getsy and what he's doing with the Chicago Bears offense, especially Justin Fields. They have had 2 different offenses the first 6 weeks and the last 3 weeks, and when you give Justin Fields the ability to make plays with his legs, this is what happens. He's creative, he's playing a lot looser, not like he's in a box and trying to play robotic. He rushed for 178 yards yesterday, what we talked about earlier, an NFL record. He also threw 3 touchdowns, and he's throwing much more accurate, and the big play catch to Moody yesterday as well. I'm wondering if this is going to be the new development of a Jalen Hurts type player as he continues to grow in this offense. You look at the Lions pass defense, they fired their secondary coach last week. They had 3 interceptions against Rodgers, 2 inside the 5-yard line. Watch out for this rookie named Kerry Joseph. He was drafted out of Illinois this year, 2 interceptions and a big PBU down the seam. And finally, I hope Aaron Glenn deserves a game ball as well after this game because he's been getting bashed by Pete Prisco and the rest of the media and there. And finally, Joe Mixon, you got to give him credit for his 5 touchdowns yesterday, 4 in the first half. He rushed for 100 and some yards against the Carolina defense. And that's the first time I think he's rushed for 100 yards in, I think, over a year.
It's called winners and losers. You have a loser as a winner. You don't get that. And B, memo to you, Rick Spielman, you're now a member of the media. Don't ever forget that. You're in the same team I am.
I know, but I'm trying to do the GM thing here too a little bit.
Nope. You're in. You're in. You're out. You're in. You're out. Now you're out. You're with us. You're on our team.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.